been quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
It's all right. Jay hasn't quite caught on yet to how we do this thing.
It's okay.
Usually, before I clap, you go silent unless you're this jackass who sometimes does it.
I always fuck with you. Yeah.
You go silent so that I can get the background noise, and then a clap to sync.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do it again.
No, it's fine. At this point,
redo it.
At this point, you fucked
Mulligan.
up. Also, you're wearing green. God damn it.
It's not the same
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not
green
the
as
same.
Yeah,
it's not
and
the same.
it's
the
still
hunter
hard because
green,
what happens is that light
forest
reflects
green.
off.
Yeah.
So like that.
So what he's
black
saying is
shiny
take your
part-
shirt off.
Yeah, take your
I
shirt.
mean,
No,
yeah.
don't do that. We're not on Corn Pub yet. Oh God! Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It's what we learned this week.
It is.
Episode 109.
You know what today is?
What
today
is
is the
today?
deadline for that alien stuff. I forgot about that. The
January 1st?
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be June 1st.
Oh, no
Or
shit.
January.
Yeah, the Pentagon alien file release or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to come out today at some point.
I thought that was a later date.
I'm pretty sure it's today.
Well, shit.
We're gonna have to do some
We're gonna have to
googling.
look at that. Hey, turn your volume down.
Working on it.
Anyways, guys, welcome back. I'm gonna run through the list here real
Oh
quick.
yeah, do it.
This episode is brought to you by JD Creations LLC. It's brought to you by Hardware Coffee Company, and it's brought to you by Astro Design Company. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Hit it, don't quit it. Hit it past to your friends. Don't hide your kids, don't hide your wives, because we out here making great content. Make sure to subscribe, folks. We're trying to get 500 subs so we can get them perms done. We want perms, folks.
You should let me know. We could have harmonized.
I know,
that. That
damn
would've
it.
been great.
500 subs. We're getting perms. It's happening. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/WWLTW podcast. If you're poor, you're a broke bitch, you can't afford to go on our Patreon and give us monthly monies, you can also check us out on Venmo. It's just at WWLTW podcast. You want to give us a little treat? Give us a little tip money? We'll give you a tip back. You know what we're talking about. Just kidding. But yeah, if you do leave us any money on Venmo, make sure you leave a message or a topic or a question that you want us to bring up on the next episode. Don't forget to check us out on Twitch at WWLTW podcast as well. We go live usually every Monday. However, today is obviously Tuesday because we suck. No, I'm blaming it on Memorial Day. It's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I just got back from a bachelor party, so I was not in any shape.
Did you have fun at least?
Oh, God.
Yeah?
It was a fucking wild time. Let me finish this, and then we'll talk a little bit
Sounds
about it,
good,
because there was
yeah.
some crazy shit.
Crazy shit.
Not really crazy, but fun. Other than that, that is it, folks. Check out Johnny Wishbone on YouTube. Check out Thirst Homeless on YouTube. And that's it. Let's roll right into it.
Let's do it. What you
They
got?
haven't released it yet.
They haven't?
Not yet? What the
Bastards.
fuck?
Pricks. They're waiting till the end of the day. And it's weird, too, because if you notice that they're starting to leak more and more information on social media.
They're like,
about
wouldn't this be crazy if this was real?
Check out this radar that they caught 5 unidentified flying objects
Yeah.
on from,
I don't think anybody would be surprised at this point.
No,
first of
they're
all.
slowly desensitizing us. That's that we knew that's how this was gonna go. Is they were
yeah.
gonna slowly desensitize us to the situation, and then eventually, when they release it and say, "Yep, we've been in contact with aliens," we all just go, "Yeah, we kind of figured already."
okay,
You know what I mean?
cool.
That was how it's gonna happen.
Cool.
Is there a
Yeah.
hotline to call?
Can we speak to them ourselves?
Right.
Actually,
Give it an
they've
FAQ.
been with us this entire
Yeah,
time.
actually,
Do you just have like an FAQ breakdown or something? That'd be great.
just questions we've had for them. Is teleportation happening anytime soon? Because I would love that, honestly.
Call our alien, what's it called? Communications Direction Department. So you can get all your
Hello,
support
this is
information from them.
Kleborp. This is Kleborp. How can I help you?
Oh, glip glop. Welcome.
Oh, you speak English? No, I'm telepathically speaking to you. Oh, why am I on the phone then? I don't know, dude. Honestly,
You're not.
none of this shit seems.
I don't want to be here.
Well, it's actually
You
just a
don't
real
wanna be
simulation.
here.
So
I was gonna
you're not actually on the phone with anybody.
I was gonna say, what if instead of like them coming out and saying like, oh yeah, aliens are real, so like they start this press conference, we're all like, oh my god, they're gonna say it, aliens are real. They're gonna say we've been in communication, we know about it. They come out and they just go, hey, guess what, fuckers? No aliens, but you're in a simulation, and just drop mic and walk out.
you know what I think?
Thinking
Done.
just like they say a phrase and we all just wake up. Like just,
oh fuck.
We come
like
out of that fucking like
Matrix
embryo
2
from the
coming out,
Matrix.
yeah.
Exactly.
That would be nuts. Imagine. Wow.
God,
what a
yeah,
weird
I would not
world.
like that shit.
You
That'd be
think life
weird.
would be better or worse?
Well, I don't know.
the Matrix
Here's
world
the
is
other
way
crazy part.
worse.
Here's the other crazy part.
Humans do
they
not
have-
make good fuel.
Is it a-
They have awesome cave parties, but everything else sucks.
Is it
Sorry,
a-
cave orgies.
Cave
That was
orgies,
definitely
I
an orgy.
apologize.
Is it
Yeah.
a collective simulation, or is it each person has their own? Because if they say a word, and let's say it's my simulation, and I wake up, you people don't actually exist.
Did you guys ever hear about the thing called a Jupiter brain before? Okay, so it's this theory that you can create a supercomputer that replicates itself and makes itself being able to process more information.
Yeah.
And it's literally the size of a planet.
It's like
almost.
quantum computing on an
like
exponential
on
scale.
an exponential scale. Yeah. And it says that it can experience life in every like instance. Like it could pretty much simulate every single
So it can
thing that's
simulate-
ever happened
it can
ever.
simulate
every like
multiverses.
second. So like it can come up with like a new simulation and experience what everybody like lives through every single day if it wanted to.
So what if the multiverse is real, but it's actually just a simulation?
A fucking simulation.
Where you're seeing into the next simulation of another person.
And that's what reincarnation is.
A bleed effect?
Me.
Reincarnation is just the end of that simulation and starting of the new one.
My brain
That's
would
fucking
melt.
deep.
My brain would fucking melt. If I found out that was real, I'd be like, I would come and my brain would melt all at the same time. It would be the greatest
It's
slash
like-
scariest moment ever.
It's like it's creating a Sims character and then just running it through and then also creating more Sims characters afterwards to interact with those other Sim characters.
Oh my god.
That's fucked.
Oh my
Which
God,
was
you guys
crazy.
fucking lost.
I'm just watching you like
You want-
just look at everyone.
I'm going to take it one step deeper,
Yes,
right?
all right.
Because not only is this simulation simulating the world around you, it's also simulating your dreams, which means it has simulated your entire consciousness for you to dream about other simulations with other characters that do not exist inside of that. That is what we like to call
I'm about to shit.
a brain melter right there, folks.
What if your dreams are real life and this
You're just
is a
seeping
dream?
out?
Well,
God, I would
what
be
if your dr-
horrified.
what if
I would
your
be horrified.
dreams-
The dreams I have? Jesus, just...
What if your dreams are just like, you know, like in Call of Duty when you get shot, right?
Yeah,
and you can like view other people as like a ghost.
So
What,
it's-
Yeah.
What if that's your dream?
Oh, so like
Is you viewing somebody else's
yeah,
simulation?
you're viewing somebody else's simulation.
like a
temporarily.
Wasn't
What
that
if-
one movie where like they crawl into the holes and then you're like in the person's head?
Alice in Wonderland. Oh.
No, it was
What?
like there was a movie and the premise was you could pay these guys and they would like open this door and you like crawled through a tunnel for like a super long time and then you popped out in someone's head. Like you were looking through their eyes. You couldn't interact with them, but you were like in their head.
What the fuck is that?
It was a pretty big
Selfless?
movie.
Really?
I don't remember
Was
because
it
it wasn't
Ryan
like the
Reynolds?
Truman Show, but it was,
Was it
like
Ryan Reynolds?
I don't know.
Because Selfless
I don't think I've
sounds
ever heard of that.
similar to that, but I think Selfless is where they actually pay, like it's really rich people that pay this money to live in other people's bodies, basically. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe.
What if your dreams are like your escape from the simulate?
And same with mushrooms.
I'm trying to
When you
think on
take
your
magic
level.
mushrooms, it's
Yeah.
you seeing the
Oh,
actual.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're breaking that barrier
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see what
Yeah.
the fourth dimension,
You're actually breaking the fourth wall.
reality,
You're seeing reality.
the real reality, not the reality.
Fuck.
Dude,
Mushrooms on pizza.
changed my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like they changed my and
Jesus.
too. I probably shouldn't.
I was just letting him roll with it, dude. I was like, fuck it, we're Joe Rogan now.
Yeah, no, they did. Like, I feel like it changed the way that I think about shit.
For some reason, I just pictured like, yeah, man, like mushrooms, and then just blotting out the audio and him like talking on my favorite type of pizza and like this Microsoft Samwise. Just coming back.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna blank out that part, and it's just gonna say on my pizza, and then it's gonna change my life. No, seriously, mushrooms on my pizza. It's,
Please do
it's
that.
changed my whole entire perspective on everything.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna do that. So now we can talk
I
about it
definitely-
because I'm
yeah.
gonna code it.
Yeah,
that way.
That's good.
Well, so we can talk freely.
Because I
about it.
definitely agree. There's like a mild, and I hate to use this word because it is pretty cliche, but like enlightenment that comes from
Yeah.
experiencing
Jesus.
stuff like an
Can't-
openness.
You gotta
and-
say mushrooms because I can't. It's
Jesus.
on my pizza. That doesn't work that way.
Sure does. You can just do
Mushrooms on pizza.
and just bleed over that. Like,
I'm not gonna have to bleed over. Just gonna say mushrooms.
Jesus.
Mushrooms.
Are you gonna say
Jesus.
it on my pizza?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say. I
Don't
don't
you
know
mean
why.
Italian sausage?
Acid.
Extra cheese.
acidic.
Anyways, yeah, no, same. That mushrooms chain. Yeah, crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, they like I don't know.
Hypothetically speaking, they are an eye-opening thing for sure.
Yeah,
you think that-
hypothetically.
do you think those are,
these
like,
all
bugs in the
theories of
code?
mine.
Yeah.
You think like that's
like-
breaking the
Yeah,
simulation?
they're like cheat codes to view the reality for a little bit.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
And
But I
it's,
feel like like with
Mushrooms on pizza.
like
Or like
Jesus.
you're not
shit.
it's
Jesus.
different because like
Yeah.
Mushrooms on pizza.
right? So you're still perceiving the world that you're in.
Right.
It's just that there's added visuals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like super weird.
Jesus.
Pretty much-
Jesus.
You
talk
are
to God.
fucking knocked
Yeah.
Jesus.
you're knocked the
sleeping.
fuck
Yeah.
out for
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Right.
Like you're aware of the world around you, but your eyes are closed and you are dreaming. And it's just visual fucking craziness.
Allegedly.
That could like be the like because if you think about like alcohol and theoretically marijuana, like it kind of lowers your emotional inhibitions, right? It lowers your emotional inhibitions,
Yeah.
and it could be that mushrooms on your pizza lower your mental like blocks. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
your
it's,
brain
yes, it's your
protects
ego.
yourself.
Your
Okay,
ego,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like because if you think about theoretically doing
Mushrooms on pizza.
like you get really emotional. For me, I allegedly cried and laughed for like
yeah.
a solid 2 hours.
Yeah. So
what if
and
it's
if your
this?
brain, like if it was always like that, you wouldn't be able to get anything. Like
Yeah, you wouldn't be able
What
to
if,
function.
what if the
Yeah. Species would
what if
die.
the okay? Hear me out
curious.
here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's do
take
this.
this deeper. All right, so people who heavily meditate and shit like
Yeah.
that, right? They experience, you know, when they describe it, right? That enlightenment period. I mean, these are people that are way out there. They also kind of experience this euphoria and different out or view on life, right? What if it actually is a different view, and the entire purpose and how this simulation is driven is through our ego? So, like when you take mushrooms on pizza, or when you're meditating for an immense amount of time, that it's, you know, it drops your ego. That's the whole point of mushrooms, is it drop, like you have no ego left, right? And that's kind of that. So what if it's breaking that simulation, because it's like, well, fuck, this whole thing's driven off of
It's
ego.
like unplugging your ego for a little
Yeah.
bit and then plugging it back in when you
Yeah.
sober up.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely makes you more vulnerable. That's for sure.
yeah.
Like emotionally, you're more in tune to your environment.
Yeah.
Because
Fuck.
I've heard through a friend of a friend that you definitely, like, there was some music that this person listened to that he was definitely crying his fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
And
I'm
like,
not sober, though.
I
Fuck
feel
that.
well, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Lana Del Rey's
Dude,
fucking
mushrooms
Stand
on-
By Me. Fuck.
So the first time I did mushrooms on pizza, I never left the inside. I just stayed inside because I was just too
Funky
not-
Donkey
Oh,
Land?
yeah, I
Did you go
wasn't.
with Creminis
I
or
wasn't-
Portobello's or
I portobellos. I wasn't
They're the
like
best.
nervous to go outside. It's just like we didn't really have a babysitter.
Yeah.
So we just kind of all hang out inside, right? Well, the second time I did mushrooms on pizza, I was like, well, fuck it. Everybody else was inside, and I was like, fuck that. I want to go see what it looks like. Cried.
Dude, you open
like-
that door.
like,
You
oh,
open
God.
that door, and it's
Oh my god!
immediate.
It was like it was the most euphoric sensation. It was like I had seen the world for the first time in color.
Yeah.
were you
It
just like
was-
rebirthed almost?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Speaking
Yeah.
of seeing things in different color, I'd actually seen a
On-
side by side with
On
like
TikTok, where they changed where the whole world looks dull.
that's what we're seeing now.
Really?
Whereas like you
weird.
kind of have a weird tinge in the back of your head with like memories from when you were younger.
Yeah.
Of things being way more vibrant or like
Yeah.
packaging and stuff being way more colorful, and you kind of chalk it up to being like, oh, well, I was a kid, so I had, crazy imagination, and that might have affected that memory. But they've been able to prove that like your eyesight dulls.
Yeah, it's
Color.
it's like sensory overload, right?
Yeah.
So your brain naturally dulls that so that we
there
can
was
process
this, there
more.
was this whole thing on
Which is
TikTok.
terrible
Yeah.
because imagine what lavender looks like now
Yeah.
if we had our childlike perspective.
Like there
Like,
was
that'd be
this thing
beautiful.
on TikTok, and it was supposed
Hella
to be like
purple.
what
Oh, fuck.
what the world actually looks like, right? And it was supposed to be this vibrant color, basically. And so they did a side by side video of like, this is what my outside looks like, and then they added that filter, and it's like, this is what it should look like, and it was like a drastic change.
That's
It was
crazy.
really weird.
Wow.
Like, and you don't even notice it, right? So like, you could look at a color right now and be like, well, that doesn't seem that dull to me. But then when you like think about that color later on,
Yeah.
you go, whoa, why do I feel like that was so dulled and grayed? Also, do you dream in color?
Yes.
I do.
I'm trying to think of a
think
dream
so.
I've had where it was actually like I can remember vivid
Yeah.
colors.
I think
being
I've always
involved.
dreamt in color. Honestly, I see like perfect detail.
Yeah.
I see detail definitely,
Yeah,
but like
just
I
weird
can't
shit
recall right
happens.
now. Like I think that I dream in color,
Yeah.
but I can't recall right now like any dream I've had where I could vibrantly see the color
Yeah.
or like a color I remember. You know what I mean?
I have never once had a problem with dreams by any means when it comes to details. Like, I can see people's like tattoos and shit in my dreams.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
you can
I'm
remember them.
Yeah.
they're very
It's just
detailed,
crazy. Yeah,
but
it's just really
Yeah.
weird.
So like there's definitely like key dreams or like repeated dreams.
Yeah.
I definitely can remember really vividly. But like if it's like a Tuesday and I dreamt about like a fucking dog or something
do you
like
usually
running through
dream
a
about
field.
dogs on Tuesdays?
No, but I'm just using as an example. Like there was a dream
So you
where I was
only
like
remember
running with
dreaming
a
today.
dog.
So you only remember the dreams on weekends?
Well,
in
just
color.
specifically the ones that are like incredibly unique, I guess, that are
Yeah,
like you wake
interesting.
up. It's like the ones where you have an emotional bleed over. Like there's plenty of dreams that I've had where like it was super emotional. You wake up and I'm like crying, or
I'll
like I
never
wake
for-
up scared, and
Okay.
then it's like you're now present in reality, and you're like still feeling the effects of that dream.
I got a
it
fun
locks
game.
it in my brain.
I got a
like-
fun game to play right now.
What you got?
Tell me one or two
Oh god.
of the vivid dreams that you remember. You can go as far back as you want, but
fuck.
two vivid dreams that you will never
Do you want
forget.
the scary ones or do you want the
Doesn't
like, the
matter.
funny
They could
ones?
be anyone's because one of mine is fucked up. The other one's just weird.
So the one that's 'cause I keep like, especially with like the mushrooms on pizza thing, like for some reason I just kept hitting like bad experience.
Yeah.
And there's a dream in specific that was kind of like lucid in its own right because I
Yeah.
remembered acting in the dream, and it started off like classic hallway scenario, right? I'm just like walking down this really creepy hallway, and then shit kept popping out, but I knew that it was popping out and that it wasn't real. So then I kept imagining like a smiley face. And that somehow got me through that entire dream. And I remember it really vividly because like
Interesting.
I kept thinking about that smiley face. But I can't say it was lucid because it wasn't like, oh, this is a dream. And I
Right,
just
you just
remembered being
knew.
like, smiley face! As I'm like going through this hallway of shit like popping out at me.
Weird.
Yeah.
So you got another one?
The second one, really fucking weird because it kind of led me into studying like dreams and like genetic transfer of certain things and like skills and
remember
shit.
this. Yeah.
So I've been having what I mentioned reoccurring dreams. I've been having the same dream every couple of years. And it's really weird because when I wake up, I know that I had that dream. But during the dream, I am not present. I am not functioning at all. I'm just kind of experiencing this moment. And I'm standing in this battlefield, and it's lush, and it's green, and it's just, there's viscera, and there's blood. Clearly like a battle. There's still fire and smoke, and it's just, I'm standing on this fucking hill, and it's just green. And over the years of that dream happening, because I can like smell iron, like the tinge of blood, and like the smoke and cinder, and like I can smell my burnt hair, and like just the sweat, and like taste all these things.
Are
Like
you sure you didn't die in the battle in Normandy? Like,
well, this is the thing though, and like why it tied into all of those is I was like talking to my dad about it, and I was like, dude, I don't. It's weird because can't really tie it into any movie that I watched
Right.
because it felt like I was there, like
Yeah.
I was present, that I was meant to be there, that I survived this, and then like I talked to my dad about it because I'd had it and then been at his house, and I was like, dude. This is weird as fuck. Like, I don't know what's going on with my brain chemistry and stuff. Like, this is just weird. And he's like, were the banners red? And I like looked at him and was like, what the fuck are you talking? And then he literally explained to me that he'd had
That same dream.
that same dream, if
Jesus.
not like to a T, standing in that same point. And he showed me a fucking picture
that he drew?
that he found
Oh.
because he'd been having it his entire
Fuck
life.
you. That is insane.
And it's in fucking Belgium.
Oh,
Wow.
Shit.
And like
He's
it
got a
just
Belgium.
because we're like, that's half of my family line is from Belgium.
Yeah.
And like that terrified me as much of an amazing bonding moment as that was. Like it fucking scared me because I was like,
That's a past life, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
Past
great.
life.
Like-
That's,
Just think of that.
that's not even a past life. That's one of your ancestors. Because if your dad's
Yeah.
having the same
Like-
dream, that's an ancestor.
And that's what-
coming through.
that's what was so confusing. And like I couldn't find any direct research like showing that, like, because there are genetic based skills that you kind of are like more adapt to being good at depending on what previous generations were doing. Like if your name was Shoemaker, Okay?
Yeah.
And you have generation after generation after generation. It's almost like genetically passed traits that you adapt and take on as you're being born. And it's crazy to me because I could never find anything about like a study on dreams.
There-
If they're
there's like
passed
a-
through
They used-
genetic.
they
I just don't know if we have the technology to do all that
No.
stuff. on
Yeah.
dreams
They-
yet.
they used-
Which sucks. I would love to see that.
They used your profession as your last name.
For a
Yeah.
long time, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Slaves-
maiden,
slaves
my
got
maiden
their-
last name is
Yeah.
Richard Sucker. God damn it!
Oh my god.
Knob sopper. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I think they were craftsmen.
Knob gobbler. Yeah.
Night Walker.
There is. I read somewhere once that there's like a theory that dreams are sort of your brain's tool to help you like deal with
Past traumas.
either past traumas or prepare for future traumas, right? And so if it is genetic, like if you think about it, you know what I mean, like the opposable thumb, right? We over generations and generations we physically evolve. I almost wonder if like the dream, when we dream, it's just experiences, like it's in our DNA, like traumatic experiences get embedded in our DNA and then passed on to the next person.
Well, that's
so
gonna make
that-
So
My
that's
dreams-
like the
that's-
Matrix. Then again, I hate to keep bringing
Yeah.
this up, but it's like you remember like when he's downloading how to fucking like do karate.
I
in
know,
his
I
brain?
know
Yeah.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, I know Kung Fu. All of a
Show
sudden.
me.
Maybe it's
That's,
like that. It's training you psychologically
Yeah.
to do certain things for the future.
That's gonna make what
Yeah.
I'm about to say
that'd be
for my
crazy.
dreams really
That'd be
weird
crazy.
then, because I don't know why. This,
Was it the Richard
I
Sucker?
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how this plays into past traumas. One, when I was a kid, I got this one several times, and so that's why it's so vivid to me. And it was throughout like my young, like early teen. Oh, not even teen. I wouldn't even say I was a teenager yet. It was probably like 10 to 12.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I have this vivid memory. And you remember at Sherland, there was the fence. You know, you had like that little outfield grass
Yeah.
area out there by
Yeah.
the forest, right? And like on the other side of the fence was the ditch with, you know, the grass was always super long there. So for some reason, in that dream, I was running through that ditch, but that grass was like the size of like as tall as corn maze, like a corn maze.
Yeah.
And it just went on forever. And the weirdest part of the dream, and I don't know why this happened, is I was being chased by this like 7-foot naked woman, just getting fucking chased the whole
So
time.
Lady
Let me go
D.
get my wig.
Wow.
Yeah,
the-
Lady D was
it was
chasing
the
down.
weirdest fucking dream. And
Let me
I
go
had
get my
it-
wig quick.
I think I had it like probably. I've had that dream 10 times.
Shit.
Same dream.
Really?
It's weird. I don't know why. Other one that happened, this only happened once, and it was, I don't think this was a dream. I didn't find out till later that apparently I used to have night terrors when I was a kid.
Yep, been there.
So I'm pretty sure that's what this was.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the scariest moments that's ever occurred in my life. I used to sleep in the basement of our old like way old house.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a finished basement. Like there was a bedroom, and then you walk out of the bedroom. To the right is the staircase. But then if you look like straight out of the bedroom, it's just like a cement wall or cement slab flooring.
Yeah.
And then like kind of unfinished walls.
Yeah.
And then like that's where it was like the washer and dryer were there, and then one light with a pole light was there. That was it. And for some reason, walked out of my bedroom. Or no, I didn't even walk out of my bedroom. I was laying in bed, and these fucking skeletons walked in and started trying to grab me. So I ran out of the fucking room, went over to that light thing, turned the light on, and it's just one little dim like light. And I turn it on.
Oh, you got us.
And they're just standing there surrounding me.
Oh,
and I can't
fuck.
move. That dream
God.
I don't like that shit.
tormented me
You
for
come
a
from
long
cults,
time.
man.
It was
Yeah.
fucked
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
That
So,
dream
they were-
fucked me up.
I have
They were
one that's very
singing
similar.
hymns over your body
It
while you were
was
sleeping.
fucked. And then I'll tell you, before you start, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
one
yeah.
more, and this was another one I only had one time, and this was recent. This happened like last year.
Yeah.
We were still living at the apartment. I had this dream that I was sitting in my car, and
Sorry, you're good. Sorry.
yeah, I was sitting in my car, and this guy came up and was like trying to rob me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, dude, it's cool, it's cool. I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I was like, it's cool, it's cool. And I went to like grab my wallet, but actually I was going to grab my gun.
Yeah.
Grabbed it, and he fucking shot me. And I was still in the dream.
Oh,
Like
God.
I heard the bang, everything went black, and it just started ringing. And then like maybe 5 seconds later, I woke up. Like I died,
And that was
like was in the dream,
And that was a
dying.
failed simulation right there.
That was fucked.
That was a
That's
tap
crazy.
into
That was
it. Yeah.
fucked.
Instead of
It just
grabbing
went-
your wallet, you went for the gun.
Yeah.
Let's go for a wallet next time.
Yeah, I felt
When
nothing.
this happens to you.
I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I just heard the bang. Everything went black. The ringing started, and I just was conscious of what was happening. Like I knew that I just got shot in the head.
Yeah.
And then like 5 seconds later, I woke up and
I
sweat.
remember you fucking telling me about that the next
fucked up.
morning.
It was
Yeah.
fucked up.
He was white as shit.
It was fucked up. That dream got me.
Because I wake up early, so I'm making coffee, and I remember him walking out of his room and just like staring at me. And I'm like,
I've
"You
never died
good,
before,
dude. Yeah,
that was fucked. That was fucked. That shit. Still thinking about it to this day gives me chills. It was the weirdest dream I've ever had.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what was yours?
Oh, so I didn't used to have night terrors per se, but I used to have sleep paralysis. So
Oh fuck!
that is the worst thing.
Did you
some
ever see?
funky
Did you
demon
ever see the
time.
black?
Oh, I'm getting
figure?
into it. I'm getting into
hell
it.
no.
So I used to see that probably 2-3 times a week.
hell no.
It was nonsense. Like you just kind of get used to it after a while, but like you literally like you don't move when you're sleeping,
Yeah.
but you see stuff like walking past you when like you're like staring straight up, right? So like you're staring straight up at the ceiling. You can see like a figure, like just literally like a human figure walking right past you. It's all black.
Nope.
Sometimes if you're looking at the window, you see it like crawling through your window
Nope.
and then like
Nope.
to your feet.
God.
And
You
stuff.
were in a cult, my
and
friend.
it literally just like sits there and like stares at your bed the entire time.
So what do you think that is? Because so many
No
people
idea.
who have sleep paralysis
They all see
have
they all see the
this.
same shit and it just stares at them while they're sleeping. So it's like the most weird shit. Like you could probably Google an image and throw it on the green screen if you want to, but it's
Damn
like
it.
a
Why'd you
person.
have to say it. I'm just kidding.
We got to utilize it. So,
26 minutes. Got it. All
but
right.
you can literally just like imagine like a person just sitting there staring
Yeah.
at you. And sometimes if you start dreaming, like because you go back to sleep, it's in your dreams and stuff too. Like it'll fucking like follow you around in the dream.
Nope.
So it's like the
Nope.
weirdest shit. Some weird Freddy Krueger shit, but like,
Nope.
it didn't happen. It happened to me until I was about like 14.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I just keep having that shit all the time.
Have they found the cause for sleep paralysis?
They say it's just like a weird psychological tick. Like it's just something that happens. But I
Well,
don't believe
isn't
that
it-
because
isn't it
there's like a
when you're-
million people that it's all
Isn't
doing the
it
same
when you're
shit.
still
So-
like because you technically wake up, but you're still in REM, or like your body is
Something
still
like that.
your body, like your
So you're
nervous
actively
system
dreaming
has
while you're
not,
awake.
not like
left
like
your
basically
sleep
left the
cycle.
sleep state.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sleep cycle. Yeah, so it takes you a minute.
So you're technically awake still, but your body is technically dreaming as well.
what was that movie
So-
where they
Bagul.
No, there was a movie where if you saw him,
We're not going to talk about
it would.
Bagul.
If you,
Yeah.
if you saw him, you
Creepy
like
fuck. Nope.
you would die, but it took like 4 times. So like the first time you would see him, like he wouldn't. You didn't even technically see him. You just felt its presence, and then the second time it would like you would like you would get marked, and it was like in your eye. You get like bloodshot in one eye, and then in the third dream. It was like he scratched you or something, and then after that third one, he would come and kill you in real life. And it was because it was sleep paralysis that caused it. Like the sleep paralysis, you would see it at first.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
And then it would kill you on the 4th time because you would have sleep paralysis and it would kill you.
What
I
fucking?
what
can't.
movie
I
is that?
just watched it recently. It's on
I don't think I
Netflix.
want to watch that. That sounds awful. So, but
Jamie, look up movie with sleep paralysis. It's in there somewhere. You got any dreams you remember?
I only have one. I usually forget them like immediately after I wake up, or I forget them shortly thereafter. But I have one where I was like younger, probably 12. 12 is my default age. I don't remember how old I was when I did anything. But I was sleeping. I remember I was sleeping, and I was like just in this big building, and I was running from something. Like there was something like scary chasing me. And I was running, and that was the whole dream. Just running from whatever this thing was. And then I remember at the end of the dream, like I found a Humvee with like a 50 cal.
cal on it?
Yeah, 50 cal on it. And then I got onto the Humvee and I like pulled the trigger and I woke up. And I remember thinking to myself, like, fuck that. Yeah. We're going back to bed. And so then
I'm killing this
remember
fucking thing.
forced myself to go back to sleep, like, or at least get back in that state.
Yeah.
And the setting went back to where it was. But I had full control over everything. So I
So you
just
lucid
turned
dream.
around and fucking killed everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
and
know
then
what it
when I
was,
was
but I
done,
fucking
I
killed
woke
it.
up. I was like, all right, we're
That's
done.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. So
Get me back in this
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly. Like
yeah. I was like,
Turn around, do it
no. It's my turn now.
I thought it was that video of like it's literally the same thing, like this super fucking amazing dream, and he wakes up. He's, no! And it just like lays back down.
I want to go back.
That would be a funny skit to do. Is like some dream skits.
Where it's like you're
That would be
dreaming.
pretty funny.
and
Yeah,
then you
like,
wake up.
We like do like different scenarios for everybody in the podcast.
Oh God,
That'd be fucking hilarious.
this is what their dream bubble looks like. Drake's is just like a video game with booze around him, and he's getting blown, just like. No wonder he sleeps
So pretty
much.
much what we did for our fucking how the week goes.
That's still one of my favorites.
That's why
skits.
Drake sleeps completely solid. Yeah.
I still
I take a Viagra before I go to sleep.
I think that's one of my favorite like skits that
Not a
we've done
sponsor.
till this day is the
Just
what
cutting
we
up
do.
Ambien and Cialis together.
Just snorting Ambien and Cialis. I'm gonna sleep so hard tonight. But yeah, we did a skit and it was like what we do, like how we spend our weeks, right? And so
Yeah.
it was like me and Walker were like working and doing all this shit every day of the week. We were working, and then like every single day, it was just Drake sitting in a dark room playing video games. And every single day, we added more booze. bottles
Progressive.
around it. And then the last day, he's just covered in wine bottles.
Yeah, like I turned and like cuddled up to like a couple of wine bottles.
That was a creative one, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Fuck people who didn't watch that shit. That was good.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
guys
care what
Is
suck.
that on the
Yeah.
page? Is that
Yeah,
on
it's
the
on our
YouTube page?
YouTube. Yep.
I
Some of the
I
skits.
come up with ideas for skits all the time.
well, good.
I'll
Oh,
start
yeah.
writing them
We're
down.
always,
Send 'em on over.
We're always here
Yeah.
for them. They're so easy to do nowadays too. With like our phones being so good. Like all those skits I did recently were all done on my phone.
iPhone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
It's
sponsored.
So easy. No sponsors. Well, anyways, this was a fun, trippy episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talked about mushrooms on pizza and dreams and all kinds of shit.
Kind of want some pizza and some mushrooms on that pizza.
Same. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of What We Learned This Week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit it, don't quit it. Hit it past to your friends. Don't hide your kids, don't hide your wives, because we out here making great content. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. We need 500 subs so we can get
That was an awful harmony.
trying to get
That's a hard
perms, boys
math.
and girls. 500 subs. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're almost at 200
Don't call me
now.
Shirley.
Surely don't call me late for dinner. We're almost at 200 now, so make sure you join us on there. Don't forget to check us out on Twitch at WWLTW Podcast. We're usually live every Monday, but today we'll be live, which is Tuesday,
Yes.
Not Monday.
not Monday. Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/WWLTW Podcast. If you're a broke bitch, can't afford to give us monthly monies, don't forget to check us out on Venmo at WWLTW Podcast. You can give us a little tip. We'll give you some tips back. Don't
I'll
forget
give you full shaft.
if you do decide to send us any amount of money on Venmo, make sure to leave a comment or a message or a topic that you want us to talk about on the next episode. Don't forget to check out Thirst Homos on YouTube. Don't forget to check out Johnny Wishbone on YouTube. And this episode is brought to you by JD Creations LLC. It's brought to you by Astro Design Company, and it's brought to you by Hard Work Coffee Company. Thank you all very much, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. So about this 7-foot tall lady.
Yeah, I feel like